Life cycle of angiosperms. When the sporophyte of angiosperm mature, it produces flowers. Flowers are the reproductive structures of the angiospermic plants. A flower can be differentiated into different parts. That is, a stalk which connect the flower with the stem is called pedicel. One end of the pedicel is swollen and it is known as receptacle. The receptacle contains the floral part of the angiospermic flower. These green leaf-like structures are known as sepals. These leaf-like structures are called petals. These are variously colored, and this color is used for the attraction of animals, which helps in pollination. These two are the non-reproductive parts of the flower. Inside the petals, these filament-like structures can be seen, which are known as stamens. Stamens are the main reproductive parts of the flower. While in the center, a vase-like structure, a flask-like structure is seen, which is known as carpel or pistil. This is the female reproductive organ of the flower. As this flower contains both male and female reproductive organ, so it is a bisexual flower. Some flower only contain stamens, and those are known as staminate flower, while others contain only carpel or pistils. They are known as pistillate flowers. Those flowers are unisexual. The stamen can be differentiated into two parts: a thread-like structure known as filament and girdle-shaped body is known as anther. The carpel can be differentiated into three parts, that is stigma, which is a cap-like structure, style, a neck-like structure, and ovary, a flask-shaped body or a winter. Inside the ovary, one or many ovules are present. If we cut anther, we can see 4 pollen sacs in the anther. These pollen sacs contain microspore mother cells which are diploid in nature. These microspore mother cells upon meiosis produce microspores which are haploid. When the microspore mature, they produce wing-like structure, and these microspores are then known as pollen grain, and they are sit-free. The ovary contain ovule. Ovule is also known as embryo sac. Ovule have different parts. Here you can see a small opening which is known as a micropyle. On the outside of the ovule, protective covers are present which are known as integuments. Inside the integument is the megasporangium, which contain the megaspore mother cell and nucellus. This whole is known as embryo sac or ovule. The megaspore mother cell undergo meiotic division and it produce 4 megaspores. Out of 4 megaspore, 1 megaspore remain while 3 megaspores disintegrate. This 1 megaspore undergo 3 mitotic division and only karyokinesis occur at this stage. This will produce 8 nucleate 1 cell. After this, cytokinesis occur. During cytokinesis, 7 cells are produced, in which one cell is 2 nucleate while rest are 1 nucleate. They arrange in the center and the respective poles. Three cells are present at the microphile pole while other are the antipole. Out of these 3 cells, 2 cells are called synergid cell and one is the ovum or oosphere, while the central cell is diploid and it is known as endosperm mother cell. The antipole cells are known as antipodal cells. These are 3 cells which are also haploid in nature. When pollen grains are released from the anther, their nucleus undergo mitotic division and only karyokinesis occur. In the first mitotic division, the nucleus of the microspores produce 2 nuclei. One nucleus is known as vegetative or tube nucleus and the rest one is called generative nucleus. The generative nucleus undergo a second mitotic division and it produces 2 sperm nuclei. At this stage, this pollen grain is known as male gametophyte, and the ovum and the ovule is known as a female gametophyte. The female gametophyte is 7 cell and 8 nucleate, while the male gametophyte is 1 cell and 3 nucleate. When pollination occurs, the pollen grain sits on the stigma of the carpel and it produces a pollen tube, which helps in the transfer of the sperm nucleus toward the ovum and endospore mother cell. As you can see here, a pollen tube is formed which transport the sperm nucleus towards the ovum and endospore mother cell. So they do not need water for fertilization. So because of this character, they are the most successful group of land plant. One sperm nucleus fertilizes the ovum while the other fertilizes the endosperm mother cell. Here zygote is formed, which is then developed into embryo, and the endospore mother cell upon fertilization produce the endospore, which is a triploid structure. Either the ovary or the receptacle develops into the fruit. In some plant you will see that the receptacle become the fruit, while in rest the ovary develop into the fruit. So here you can see that the seeds are enclosed in the fruit, so that is why they are called angiosperms. Here you can see that the integument becomes the seed coat. The outermost integument is then known as testa, while the inner one is called tegmen. Tegmen is the innermost seed coat, while testa is the outermost seed coat. These two are collectively known as seed coat. Here you can see the triploid endosperm, which is a nutritive tissue which provides energy to the developing embryo. When the seeds fall on a suitable place, it germinates. The embryo produces 2 structures. One go upward or away from the gravity, and one go downward or towards the gravity. The structure which goes toward the gravity is known as radicle, which is further developed into root, while the structure which goes away from the gravity is known as plumule, and that plumule later on developed into shoot. Two cartilagens are present here. These cartilagens provide energy to the developing plumule. The region below the cartilagen is known as hypocotyle, and above the cartilagen is known as epicotyle. Plumule then later on develop into shoot. The shoot will then be differentiated into stem and leaves. Hence, the life cycle of the angiosperm complete. In the angiospermic life cycle, you will find double fertilization. By double fertilization, it means that there are two sperm nuclei. One sperm nucleus fertilizes the ovum, while the other fertilizes the endosperm mother cell, which is the characteristic of the angiospermic plant.